I would like to thank the citizens of Manchester, the Manchester Times, and Thunder Radio for hosting this event. I am from West Tennessee, Carroll County, Mooresville to be exact. I was raised on a small family farm there. I came to school to Tennessee State University, where I picked up a BS and an MS degree in plant and agricultural sciences. Also studied business there. I graduated and worked for the U.S. government for several years. And I worked in East Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, and West Tennessee. I ended up in St. Murfreesboro, where I have been in business with my brother at Sunshine Nutrition Center for the past 27 years. I married a Manchester girl, which brought me to Manchester about 7 years ago, Tiffany Hillsman, formerly Burse. Her mother is Hattie Burse, father Jerry Francis. Her grandparents were Sam and Nancy Nevels. And I just, we also have a 3-year-old son, Tavion. And I just love the city of Manchester, and I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to serve and to promote and to grow this city into being all that it can be. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That was Terence Hillsman. Next we have Missy Deford.
Hello, thank you everyone for being here tonight. My husband and I were both born and raised in Manchester, Tennessee. We have 3 children. One has already graduated, have one in the city school system, one in the county school system. They're the reason I decided to run for Alderman. I'd like to make Manchester a better place, bring more retail in. There's not anything in Manchester for children or teenagers to do. That's something else I would like to work on. I worked at the Coffee County 911 Center for 23 years as a supervisor. I had some complications from surgery and had to leave, and took me over a year to recover. I work part-time now for the Coffee County Sheriff's Department and for Swanee Police Department. I'm a little bit nervous if you all hear it in my voice, but I just want to make Manchester a better place. I want to help move things forward, and thank you all for your time.
Next is Wilma Thomas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of you know who I am, I guess, because I was in law enforcement for almost 30 years. I retired 4 years ago. I am now working with the county, with Coffee County. I do warrants, I sign warrants. And earlier this evening, we were asked if we were going to stand up and say that we were for the school system. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you emphatically that I am for the school system. I do not want to see our school system given away. I want to keep our school system here. I think Mr. Lewis said it very well when he said it was part of our community and deeply rooted within our community. So I want to keep our school system. I do not want to give it away. We have dedicated, wonderful, because I also substitute at school, and I have worked with these ladies and gentlemen, and they do an excellent, excellent job with our children. Our children are our future, and we have got to stand behind this school system. Our school teachers are devoted. They are devoted. I sometimes work with the special needs children, and we have a wonderful program. We have a wonderful lady over at Westwood that teaches that class. She is excellent. Another reason that I'm like Missy said, retail, I want to see retail come. With retail, we need industry. We will always, and our city employees are the backbone of our community here, and I would like to see them treated always correctly, fairly. You know, we have a wonderful, wonderful city that I love. I have lived here. I've lived in Coffee County since I was 17 years old. I've been in Manchester. I love the people here. I love Manchester, Tennessee. We have an excellent, excellent city. I want to see us go, maybe move in a different direction. I'd like to see, like I said, I'd like to see more retail, more industry here. We have a really good opportunity here. I understand that we're going to have a big announcement, maybe about, of course, about some retail coming here.
All right, thank you, Ms. Thomas. We've got a couple of questions about that coming up in a little bit. That's a little bit over the time. Reminder, let's try to keep it about 1 to 1.5 on opening statements. Next is we have one incumbent seeking re-election, Ryan French.
Like Josh said, my name's Ryan French. I've lived in Manchester, moved back when I was 18, was born here, probably one of the last groups of kids that was able to be born in Manchester. I have a wife and 4 kids, Billy and Dale, my son Colton, and Thomas. Thomas is 2, 8, and we're about to have a couple of 14-year-olds. So pretty dedicated to the community then. And when I say that, I mean that as a family. Our whole entire family is part of this community, and we take part in a lot of different activities and things. 4 years ago, I stood here and asked you guys to consider me for a vote. And one of the kind of 4 key categories that we talked about at that time was more fiscally conservative government for local government here in Manchester. We wanted a stronger economy, we wanted stronger community partnerships, and we wanted to recruit higher paying and higher quality jobs to our town. Well, I sit here 4 years later and say that we've accomplished a lot of those things, and we're not done. We're just getting done. We're just getting started. But as far as a more fiscally conservative government, we've actually increased our reserves over 34%. We did that at the same time we purchased a fire truck out of the reserve account, paid cash for that. We have a stronger economy now. We have a stronger economy because we focused on our economy from the organic level, small businesses and things like that. If you are able to turn those metrics around and you're able to drive sales tax and drive occupancy tax, then other folks will want to come to town and they're going to want to take a part of that. This retail development that we're going to announce soon is a good example of that. The different restaurants that are moving to town is a good example of that. Stronger community partnerships, something that we focused on intently. Building relationships with the Chamber of Commerce, the Recreation Department, this facility here, the Arts Commission, and moving all of those committees and those great efforts in one direction together. We've been able to accomplish that. And since doing that, we're able to work together on things like grants. Going to have an exciting announcement tomorrow in that realm. And higher paying jobs, same thing. Those metrics in your economy turn around and they look good and they're stable. Then higher paying jobs, higher paying facilities want to come here. Gives us an opportunity to educate our workforce. In the last 5 years, Manchester had an increase of sales tax of about $500,000 over the 5 years. This last year, in the first quarter alone, our sales tax increased about $300,000. That's a significant improvement in a short amount of time, and it's a result of the hard work, dedication, and being very disciplined to our policies that we've set forth. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Ryan French. Next is Chris Elam.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. My name is Chris Elam. Lived here all my life. Graduated from Coffee County High School. Went to college in Holmes Community College and then University of West Georgia, where I furthered my education and played college football. A year after that, moved back to Manchester. My brother was killed in a motorcycle accident. And the reason I speak on that is it's a very passionate thing that I have, and it's for underprivileged children here in Manchester. So we've probably touched over 1,000 kids or more in Manchester and the Coffee County school systems here. So it's something that I'm very passionate about. And also, I'm married to my wife, Kristen Elam, and we have a 16-month-old son named Cooper. I worked at John Roberts Auto Group for over 10 years, and then I just recently opened up my own insurance business here in Manchester, Southern Heritage Insurance. So I'm committed to this community, committed to the city, and I want to thank you everybody for coming out, and thank you.
All right, thank you. That was Chris Elam. Next, we have Sam Miller.
Appreciate everybody coming out this evening. Shortly after high school in '71, I went to the Marines. I did 20 years in the Marines as a firefighter. Then 5 months later, I was hired here as the Manchester Fire Chief. I did 19 years here as a fire chief, and the longest fire chief they had. I'm not running for any benefits, insurance. I'm not running with anybody. I'm not running to fire anybody. It takes 4 votes to fire somebody, because I go all to the meetings, so I know pretty well. Probably in 25 years, I've probably missed 4 board meetings. Ever since I retired in 2010, I've continued to meet. I'm married to Judy Brown Miller from Hillsman, and I think we need to try to lower taxes, and I think Manchester's great. I don't want the salary, which is $250, in case people don't know. If I have to take that, I'm going to donate it to a teacher every year. Every month, I'm going to donate it to a teacher, because these teachers spend money out of their pocket. My wife was a teacher before she got MS, and she took plenty of money out of her pocket. So I plan on taking that $250 every month and give it to a teacher. And I appreciate everybody being here tonight.
All right, thank you. That was Sam Miller. Next, we have Bob Bellamy.
Thank you all. I've been working for the city. I worked for them for 40 years as a police officer. I got hurt in 3 years ago, and had I not got hurt, I'd probably still be working there. I'm married. My first wife passed away in 1987. I remarried, and God has been very good to me. He has given me 2 great women, 5 great kids, and 11 of the most spoiled grandbabies you'll ever see. I have an Associate's of Science degree from Cleveland State Community College. I have a bachelor's degree from Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia. I've had numerous trainings over the 40 years, worked with the city, budgeting training, supervisory trainings, and I think I'm very qualified. I can't see. I still can't see. Why am I running? I'm running because, number one, our teachers have a stressful job. Our teachers do an excellent job. We have an award-winning school. They've won state awards, national awards, and it's not fair for our teachers and our students to have to try to perform in a non-supportive environment. I'm for the teachers. I will not ever vote to do anything to disband, give away, or whatever with our city schools.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Damn. I think we've got to work on our infrastructure. We've got businesses and industry that's came here, and we didn't have the infrastructure in place for them to come. They're not going to wait on us. We got to work for the future. We've got to get the infrastructure in place to where when the businesses come and the industry comes, we're ready for them. So when they're ready for us, we need to be ready for them. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That was Bob Bellamy. Next, we have Mark Messick.
Hello friends, I'm Mark Messick, and I'm running for Alderman, and I'm asking for your support and your vote tonight. Now, this is one of the greatest cities that I've ever lived in. It's got to be one of the best cities to raise a family in, to educate your children in, to work in, to live in day to day. But even though this is such a great city, and I love it, and I love the people associated with this city and the citizens of the city, it's kind of, our government sometimes in the city turns out to be kind of like an unruly child. And sometimes we need to set it down and talk to it and maybe point it in a different direction. And I think we're at that point in Manchester city government time that we need to just kind of step back and let's see where we're going, see where we've been, and let's see maybe if we don't want to go in maybe just a little bit different direction. Now, I've been lucky enough to sell real estate here for 18 years. Y'all have put food on my table for 18 years, and you can look at me and see that you've done a pretty good job. I haven't missed too many meals. But it's time, I think, for me to give back a little bit of what y'all have given me. So I want to be able to give back of my time and my talents. All I want to do is see Manchester grow and prosper. I want it to grow and prosper for everyone, every citizen of Manchester, not just one certain group. So I thank you, and I ask you for your vote.
Thank you. That was Mark Messick. Next we have Brent Bates.
I'd like to thank y'all for coming out tonight because I know it's supper time, and I look thanks on the radio and the Manchester Times. My name, of course, is Brent Bates. I'm married to Suzanne. We have together a total of 5 kids. You better look at the notes, so I forget any trouble. 7 grandkids, and believe it or not, 1 great grandchild. I have 3 businesses here in Manchester. They're all located inside the city limits. I'm running for Alderman on a basis of what my experiences in life and business can be, maybe help model the town, and to bring in and recruit more infrastructure and manufacturing. I also think that, I want the voters to understand that I'm not a politician, never aspired to be one. I just want to try to insert what I know in my experience over life and business, because I've had to change my business several times, or you don't change and renovate, you get left behind. Would like to also stress the point that, with our tax base and the rates that we pay inside the city limits of Manchester and our county rates, I was like, it's sort of a little ridiculous to me sometimes if you stop and look around, especially in the city of Manchester. We stop and we look what we got and what we're paying for. And whether I can reiterate or offer my opinion, that's all I can do. All these people sitting behind me are great people also. And to reiterate to the young lady that was running for the state senate seat, yes ma'am, I'm a Republican. And I do not agree with everything my party does, but I usually vote their lines. Federal and state, local, completely independent. I seek the seat. Hopefully I can make a change. Hopefully somebody will hear the voice. I'm very assertive, very much so. I've been lucky and successful in business by standing my grounds and listening and learning from other people.
10 seconds.
So I would like to say with this 9 seconds now that I'd appreciate your vote, your support, and I am not receiving donations from anyone. I'm financing my own campaign out of my own pocket, including my own party. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was Brent Bates. Next we have Claude Morse.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate everybody here and everybody listening on the radio. I'd like to thank WMSR Radio, the Manchester Times, and also the Coffee County Conference Center for hosting this event. I'm Claude Morse. I'm your conservative candidate for Alderman. I'm a retired Air Force officer and retired civilian manager of public affairs and marketing at AEDC. I've lived in Manchester for almost 30 years. I'm running for Alderman to offer my management, budget, and other leadership skills to help grow our city with new retail, restaurant, service, and manufacturing businesses. As a retiree, I can attend scheduled meetings unless a rare family emergency gets in the way. I have a Bachelor of Science degree and did graduate studies at the University of Oklahoma, and more than 40 years of hands-on leadership and management experience in national public relations, marketing to help bring in millions of dollars of new test work to AEDC. We need a clean sweep in Manchester to make our city government more responsive. We need a business plan for Manchester that will be a roadmap for long-range city development. We need to aggressively market Manchester to visitors and to new employees coming to AEDC to get them to live here by emphasizing our award-winning school system and quality of life. I ask for your vote to help make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Claude Morse. And last we have Josh Grosch. By the way, we drew numbers. That's how we determined the order.
I think I went because I was the one who was wearing the suit. Like I said, my name's Josh Grosch. Come to realize something sitting here. 60 seconds is kind of a long time, but 34 years goes by pretty quick. I'm a son of Manchester. I was born and raised here. And I remember Jersey Joy sitting on the corner, and now it's, replaced with Walgreens. I'm running because I love this city. This city's where I grew up. It's my home. I'm a single dad to 2 kids, 5 and 6, and they're my passion. They're my pride. And my goal is to, keep this city moving in the right direction, so that way they can enjoy Manchester the way that I have. I have nothing but fond memories. This is my home and will always be my home. I've had, you hear everybody growing up through high school, we're moving out, we're getting away. I've been that weird one that just never wanted to leave. Sorry, I'm taking it all in. This is awesome. In case y'all didn't notice, this is my first run. For everybody sitting at home, I wore a red shirt today to match my sign, so that way everybody would know who I am. But to reiterate, this is my hometown. I love this place. I finally have the opportunity to run. I'm at a point in my life where I can do so, and I will serve Manchester with passion. And I disagree that we need to make it better. I think we need to progress and keep it moving forward. But Manchester's already great as it is. Thank you.
We're going to our question round, and we've got several questions, and we're going to kind of mix these up as we go along, so we don't have one question going all the way down the line. That could get a little bit boring. So we're going to try to mix them up a little bit. We're going to try to keep everybody pretty tight on 1 minute. Okay, we'll give you a reminder right at 1 minute when our alarm goes off. After about another 10 seconds, we're just going to cut the mic so we can move on and get everybody up there and get the same mic time. Okay. First up will be Mr. Hillsman. We'll bring him up first. Would it be in the best interest of the city to hire a full-time city manager to conduct day-to-day operations of the city? The city government is a multi-million-dollar business, with those dollars affecting each person who lives within the city limits. Tullahoma, McMinnville, and Shelbyville, all surrounding cities with comparable populations and models, operate with a city manager. Would Manchester do well to return to that model and remove the day-to-day operations from an elected part-time mayor?
Thank you. I think that at some point in Manchester's future, it would be advantageous to have a city manager. Right now, in just my personal opinion, I don't think we are at that point yet. I think there are other priorities and additional growth that we need to focus on to get us to that point to where we would really have enough different things going on to really justify a full-time city manager. But I am certain that that is in Manchester's future, and I look forward to that, and I look forward to working to make that a reality in the future when the time comes.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Missy Deford. Okay, Missy. This question has been kind of bounced around a little bit tonight already, but I think it's important for the candidates of Alderman to answer this as well, but it's worded a little differently than it was for the schools. What is your stance on merging the city and county school systems into one? Please explain why this would or would not be a benefit to the residents of the city and neighbors in the county. Would you be at least willing to put it on a referendum to the voters? It is, after all, the voters who decide everything. So you go ahead and answer that one.
I've done a lot of research and spoke to several different people on all sides in the city, county. Nobody's been able to come up with any hard facts, numbers that would make me support consolidating the school system. I need something in black and white that shows me that we can afford to do that. I've talked to people on the budget and finance within the county. They said it will be detrimental to the county. Taxes will have to be raised. That means city taxpayers, they'll have to pay Also, if it ever came to a point where it was put on a referendum, I'm here to serve the public. If it came, I can't say I'm against putting it on a referendum if it ever came to that, because that's your vote. That's your decision. But I don't support consolidating the school system at this time, because I don't think that we can afford it within the county and school. And we do have a wonderful city school system and county also. I support both of them and the teachers fully, and
10 seconds.
appreciate everything they do. But like I said, I don't support consolidation at this time.
All right, thank you. That was Missy Deford. Next we have Wilma Thomas. What are your feelings about those in leadership positions in our public service departments? Example, police, fire, water. Would you like to see those in those positions continue to lead in their departments? Or are you hoping for change within city management?
I'm going to tell you that we have some wonderful city leaders. We have Mr. Pennington, who is an excellent, he runs our water department. He does an excellent job. We have over at the city shop, we have Brent Carter, who also does an excellent job. This young man has been, well, I call him a young man because I'm a little bit older than him, so I can do that. So he does an excellent job. I would not advocate, let me tell you, and I think the majority of these people that are running now, I don't think anyone would advocate getting rid of any of our city employees. I don't see any reason to. I think we have got excellent city employees. They all do a very good job. I worked with thank goodness, I had a job here with Manchester, and God bless you, the community was more than welcoming to me. They helped me, and you know, we talk about what has been done in the city. When Chief Ross Simmons was there and Bob Bellamy, they were there, and I'm going to think that I know that Chief Yoder
10 seconds.
continues this thing, but we always supported our children. We did the Christmas party. We gave children Christmas presents. We did all kinds of humanitarian work. We've even buried a few babies. Our police department, I don't know if you knew that or not, but Manchester Police Department has even buried a couple of babies, and we have buried several people, and this came out of the pockets of our officers. The money came from the police department out of their fund. So I would not advocate getting rid of anybody. I know there's rumors out there, I've heard them, that, oh, this person's running to get rid of so-and-so. We are not running. I don't know anybody sitting on this board now or sitting on this panel now.
All right, thank you. We're right at the time limit for Ms. Thomas, and that's okay. She's passionate, I understand. That was Wilma Thomas. Next up is Ron French.
All right, Mr. French, question that has been bounced around in the past, and it's kind of come back up again. And we wanted to ask you this. Do you think it is inappropriate for city aldermen to accept insurance benefits from the city, and while providing quality insurance is good for the city employees, and it's certainly a key function of the city government, should elected officials be participating in those plans? If so, is it not in effect voting on personal benefits? I'll let you explain.
Well, I'll first state it's a state law that allows that to be, and that is from the aldermanic level, county commission level, on up through state legislatures, governors, and what have you, Congress even. And each of those particular levels of government all vote on what plan is going to be presented for the employees of whichever agency that they're elected to. As far as whether or not I believe you should do it, I see no problem with it. In fact, I do think that other municipalities have moved in the direction of furthering compensation so people are more willing to run for office. That's something that's happened in the past. On the grand scheme of things, as far as here, it does, they do take your salary away if you choose to have insurance through the city. But I think it's a minor issue in a larger scale election like this. We have a lot of issues that matter a lot more than that. But as far as I'm concerned, no, I'm not against it. I think that somebody should have compensation for what they do. This issue's been discussed, like I said, it's brought up that it's a part-time job. It's not a part-time job. If anyone up here is elected that says that they're going to be an alderman part-time, you should reconsider that vote for them, because it's not a part-time job. And the time amount of effort that goes into this to do it effectively is worth, I believe, at least that compensation. So no, I don't have a problem with it.
Ryan French, I want to remind all of folks here and listening to this broadcast on the radio, this is the alderman's race that we're discussing at this time. So we appreciate you being quiet. Everybody's doing a great job out there, and we thank you for that. We appreciate our radio audience listening in as well. And again, we also want to tell you that most of these questions were submitted by people in the community. So don't think that we've just come up with these questions off the top of our head. We asked for this and definitely received feedback from the community, and we want to thank the public for that once again.
Next is Chris Elam. Chris, in your opinion, what are some key ingredients for successful economic development in any city? And do you feel that Manchester is lacking any of those ingredients at this time?
Well, some of the good things that we've got right now is, of course, our school system. I know everybody's talked about that. And we need to use them as a recruiting tool to get more stuff here. So that's one of our secret ingredients we need to put out there when we're out recruiting. Let them know how good of a school systems we do have. That's county and city both. So, and then we need to, continue doing the things that we're doing. We're moving in the right direction in the city. I know there's supposed to be a big announcement coming up pretty soon. I like the direction that we're going, and I'm here to just help keep moving that forward and keep going in the right direction. I'm not here to change anything. I'm not here to fire anybody, do anything like that. I think we're doing a great job in the city, and I just want to continue moving in the right direction.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, Sam Miller. Okay, we're kind of going back through questions now. We had the kind of the 5 standard questions, so we're starting to re-ask some of those questions. But again, we're staying on kind of mixing things up. Sam, what are your feelings about those leadership positions in our public service departments, police department, fire department, water, whatever that case may be? Would you like to see those positions continue to be led, those people to lead in those departments? You're hoping for change, or what?
I think right now they could continue. I'm not on the board now, so I can't say totally how somebody goes, but I do go to all the meetings, and I know the department heads attend all the meetings. When I was chief, I went to all the meetings. I think it's good to keep them the same. If something comes up, and make changes then. Something I'd like to do too, if I could just touch on the insurance thing a minute.
Go ahead.
The state code says that governing bodies can vote for insurance for aldermen, commissioners. Commissioners here in the county don't get it. I'm on the water board. I don't get insurance. I think that's $750 that we're paying as a citizen for insurance for aldermen could be used somewhere else. This job, I know they probably spend a lot of time on aldermen. It's still a part-time job. Part-time employees don't get insurance, and I do not think that aldermen should get insurance. I just think that's $750 if they all took it. Right now, there's only 2 taking it, as far as I know. $750 is enough money we could do other things with.
10 seconds.
Okay, I'm through.
Okay. That was Sam Miller. Next is Bob Bellamy.
This one's mine, right?
Is this one yours?
No, it's yours.
All right. Next is Bob Bellamy, and let's go with this one right here.
You don't have to hunt that hard, Josh.
I'm trying to find a real hard one for you.
That's all right.
Would it be in the best interest of the city to hire a full-time city manager to conduct the day-to-day business of the city, especially with the growing size of government. And currently, the mayor's position is a part-time position. Would that be a good investment?
No.
And why?
We've done it twice, didn't work then. We need to elect a mayor that will lead the city. We're a board of aldermen. It's our job to lead the city. The city manager is, I'm guessing, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000. That's money we don't need to spend. That's money that doesn't need to come out of your pockets. You elect a mayor, you elect alderman. That's our job. We're supposed to run the city. We can hire a grant writer, we can hire a recruiter. We don't need a middleman to take your money to do the job that you hire us to do.
Thank you. Next up, Messick.